So I grew up with undercover cops who would teach me about the law, and probably most of what I know about the law was from general people and from my brother and from my dad. And but then I went to undergraduate school in Egypt, and I went to, like I said, the Harvard of the Middle East, and I took international law there, and I had a solid law professor who he taught that was the first time I was exposed to legal reading, to legal documents, and then I went to grad school for cybersecurity, and I took cyber law, and that was a graduate level class. My professor was NCIS, and the class was primarily self taught by reading and watching presentations, and I gave an extra credit presentation in addition to a regular presentation, and I consider myself an almost national security law expert. So I have read a lot about pedophile law. I've read a lot about wiretap law. I've read a lot about digital law. I've read a lot about illegal searches. I'm talking about like federal appeals court briefings. I've read a lot of that stuff. Um, I've read um, I've read a lot. I've read. I know a lot about the FISC, Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Court, and I know that FISA is no longer legal. So I don't know what's happening now with FISC. You would think that they need FISC, but I think what happened is that FISC was being abused so much because they were saying everyone's an intelligence person, a foreign intelligence person, because you're connected to a foreign person. And so now we're going to say all the Americans are foreign intelligence persons. So the court was abusing its power so much, and now I think they got rid of FISC. And I don't know what they're doing because there needs to be a FISC. I feel like what's happening is everyone just has to trust General Nakasone. And the reality is that what is it, the Fifth Amendment or Fourth Amendment? I don't know. The right to not the right to be secure in your persons, and the right to only be searched under certain conditions is what Americans have in the Constitution. Sorry if I got confusing there for a second there. So when you're an American citizen, can a government just search your computer because they're searching everyone's computer in a college? We're worried about terrorists. We need to search everyone's computer, but it's not us searching it. We're gonna you let a computer program search it. Do they have that right? No, they don't. Clearly in the Constitution, because like if they're gonna search your computer, your name needs to be on the warrant, and they need to say what they're looking for, and they need to say what they're gonna search, and they have to give a reason. And right now, I think that the reason that a lot of people get searched is because everyone wants to play with their computer program because everyone's really excited about natural language processing because it's really fun to be able to spy on everyone without spying on people. But it's also really scary from a blackmail perspective because do we want our political leaders to be blackmailed by invisible people that work for the government? No, I don't think so. I think we want our political leaders to make decisions for themselves, and hopefully, if like people that work for the government find out information about a political leader, they'll make it public. I mean, honestly, like I don't think that anybody's going to find out anything about me that I haven't said myself. Like I have talked about like everything. Like so, like that's one of the things I like about like I always like to like be the guy that talks, and I feel like the government never wants to be the guy that talks, and once I actually get a chance to talk, then I feel like everyone's going to be like, "Wow, that actually that makes more sense than I realize." But I don't know. So yeah, I have a legal background. Like I have read that many federal appeals court cases related to pedophiles about search and seizure. That's why I know so much about Fruit of the Poisonous Tree. I gave a presentation on Fruit of the Poisonous Tree. So um, yeah, I mean, clearly this whole thing's been very, very illegal, and no one gets that for some reason.